After finishing her mission in another world, Zhang Nan could have returned to her original world with the help of his system, yet she fell in love with Shen Yize, a powerful tycoon, and decided to stay and marry him. For 3 years of marriage, Shen Yize doted on her extravagantly in the eyes of the public. He drove for hours across cities to buy her favorite snacks, spent 2 years learning massage to relieve her waist pain, and put her first in everything. Having a physique that made conception difficult, Zhang Nan endured hundreds of injections and finally got pregnant to fulfill his wish for a daughter. Overjoyed by the news, Shen Yize bought a private island as a gift and promised to hold a wedding there in the future. Just as Zhang Nan immersed herself in the warmth, her best friend sent her a photo showing Shen Yize proposing to another woman on that very island. At first, she thought it was just a malicious rumor. The next day, Shen Yize held a party with friends. Accompanying him, Zhang Nan saw a girl named Qiao Jianian being scolded by a chef in the kitchen. Everyone present said she was an old acquaintance of Shen Yize, though he appeared calm while supporting Zhang Nan. Shen Yize was visibly distracted and dressless for the rest of the day. A sudden fire broke out, spreading from the kitchen. Shen Yize initially protected Zhang Nan and tried to evacuate, but upon learning Qiao Jianian was still inside the burning kitchen, he ruthlessly abandoned his pregnant wife amid thick smoke and rushed to rescue the other woman. Zhang Nan was injured but waited anxiously outside, worried about Shen Yize. Soon after, he walked out holding Qiao Jianian safely in his arms. When Zhang Nan stepped forward to check on him, he pushed her away harshly, caring only about Qiao Jianian. That night, Shen Yize stayed by Qiao Jianian's hospital bed all night, and related topics quickly went viral online. The public learned that Qiao Jianian was his long-lost white moonlight. The two had once been deeply in love before she went abroad after a quarrel. Facing reporters, Shen Yize claimed they were just ordinary friends. Zhang Nan called him dozens of times for help during the chaos, but no one answered. She was pushed to the ground, suffering severe abdominal pain. When the call finally got through, she only heard Qiao Jianian coquettish voice before the line was cut off. Zhang Nan was rushed into the operating room and spent 10 hours to save her baby, while Shen Yize never showed up. Recovering slightly, Zhang Nan went upstairs to find him and overheard their conversation outside the ward. She finally confirmed that the woman in the proposal photo was Qiao Jianian, and the island gifted to her was originally prepared for proposing to his first love. Shen Yize admitted frankly that all his tenderness over the past 3 years was just because he took Zhang Nan as a substitute for Qiao Jianian. He refused to divorce her immediately, fearing that Qiao Jianian would be labeled as a homewrecker. Qiao Jianian even confessed that she had deliberately set the kitchen fire to force Shen Yize to face the relationship. The truth shattered all of Zhang Nan's illusions. Shen Yize posted a photo of a wedding ring online to whitewash the scandal, but Zhang Nan found that although it looked identical to hers, the engraving inside was different. It was specially customized for Qiao Jianian. From then on, Shen Yize stayed with Qiao Jianian every night and never came home for a whole week. Completely heartbroken, Zhang Nan filed for divorce. Shen Yize agreed readily but insisted on delaying the procedure. He mocked her as nothing more than a substitute and warned her not to use the child as leverage. He proposed to maintain their nominal marriage for another 6 months, offering 10 million yuan as compensation on the condition that he kept the baby and forbade her from hurting Qiao Jianian. Driven to despair, Zhang Nan reactivated the system that had been dormant for 3 years and applied to leave the world. The system told her she could depart in 3 days and take 1 item with her. During a prenatal check-up, she met Qiao Jianian, who dialed Shen Yize's number and turned on the speakerphone on purpose. The two spoke intimately, and Qiao Jianian sneered that Zhang Nan was merely a poor imitation. Later, Qiao Jianian pretended to be assaulted and framed Zhang Nan. Shen Yize took sides with his white moonlight without asking for the truth. In the following 3 days, Zhang Nan collected solid evidence proving that Shen Yize's company had engaged in malicious competition, tax evasion and wage deduction. She went to the cemetery to pay tribute to Shen Yi's grandmother, the only person who had truly treated her well, and ran into Shen Yi's and Qiao Jiannian there. Qiao Jiannian recognized the blessed jade pendant around Zhong Nan's neck and said it belonged to her, revealing that Shen Yiz had climbed 999 steps on his knees to obtain it. Shen Yiz's silence confirmed everything. The person he feared losing was never Zhong Nan. She told them calmly that this was her last visit, for she would leave that night. Back home, Zhong Nan set all the evidence to be posted automatically on the day Shen Yi's company went public. She placed the jade pendant on the table, held her unborn child, and waited for her return. The departure program started, and a burst of white light sent her back to her original world. Only 1 year had passed in her hometown, while 5 years had gone by in the other world. Her mission was completed, and a 1 billion yuan bonus arrived in her account. The system informed her that the embryo had been genetically purified during the departure, having no connection with Shen Yiz anymore. When Shen Yiz returned to the villa, Zhong Nan was gone. Her phone number was invalid and her WeChat blocked, with only the jade pendant left behind. Convinced that she was just throwing a tantrum, he sent numerous messages to threaten and tempt her, even threatening to let Qiao Jiannian move in. Receiving no reply, he angrily took Qiao Jiannian to live with him, living together day and night. Shen Yiz's illusion about his white moonlight faded away. Qiao Jiannian was lazy, messy, and held loud parties every night. On the anniversary of his grandmother's death, she showed no respect or care, pushing their conflicts to the breaking point. Believing Shen Yiz, he still had feelings for Zhong Nan. Qiao Jiannian set fire in the yard to burn all of Zhong Nan's belongings. While putting out the fire, Shen Yiz found a stack of instant photos, each marked with loving words written by Zhong Nan. He finally realized that over 3 years of marriage, Zhong Nan had devoted far more to him than he had ever given in return. Enraged and regretful, he slapped Qiao Jiannian. Frightened, Qiao Jiannian found out she was pregnant and planned to show her pregnancy test report publicly on the company's listing day to force Shen Yiz to give her a formal status. Shen Yiz searched the whole city for Zhong Nan in vain and found her Weibo account with scheduled posts. He ordered his team to crack the files while lowering his stance to beg Zhong Nan to come back, complaining about troubles in life and work. Still, there was no response. On the day of the company's listing, the grand ceremony was broadcast live worldwide. The moment Shen Yiz struck the listing bell, a photo of Qiao Jiannian's pregnancy test appeared on the big screen, causing an uproar. Shen Yiz was humiliated and disgusted by her reckless behavior. For the crowd calmed down, Zhong Nan's scheduled posts were displayed, one after another, full evidence of the company's illegal acts, photos of the island proposal, comparison of the 2 wedding rings, surveillance footage of Qiao Jiannian's provocation in the hospital, and audio recordings of their conversation. In the recording, Qiao Jiannian admitted to arson that had killed the restaurant employees. Faced with irrefutable evidence, the police arrested Shen Yiz on the spot. The century-old Shen group collapsed overnight. Shen Yiz was sentenced to life imprisonment for multiple crimes, and Qiao Jiannian received a 20-year sentence for intentional arson leading to deaths. She gave birth to a baby girl in prison who was later sent to a welfare institution. The little girl suffered severe school bullying because of her background. She had to work multiple jobs at a young age, and was later abused and trafficked by her adoptive parents. Unable to endure the misery, she jumped off a building and died, witnessing her daughter's death after being released from prison. Qiao Jiannian spent the rest of her life in agony. 50 years later, Shen Yiz passed away in prison. His soul was brought by the system to Zhong Nan's world. At that time, Zhong Nan's daughter was 4 years old, and the mother and daughter lived a wealthy and happy life. The system revealed the whole truth to Shen Yiz. Zhong Nan was a top hacker. She could have left immediately with the 1-billion-yuan bonus after the mission, but chose to stay because she loved him. During the departure, all genes related to him were removed from the baby, meaning they had no connection at all. Elderly and remorseful, Shen Yize cried and begged to approach them, but was blocked by an invisible barrier. The system stated that it only brought him here to let him see how wonderful Zhang Nan's life was without him. Afterwards, Shen Yize's soul vanished completely. Sensing something, Zhang Nan looked into the distance at the brilliant glow of the sunset. All past entanglements were gone. She held her daughter tight and continued to live a brilliant life of her own.